In the sunlit halls of their school, Abdu and Farah were inseparable. They were more than just friends. They were a team. You could always find them together, heads bent over textbooks, sharing secrets and laughter. Farah, with her fiery red hair and bright hazel eyes, was the bold one, always ready with a witty remark. Abdu, with his calm blue eyes and striking blue hair, was the steady anchor, the thoughtful listener. Their bond was built on shared dreams and countless study sessions, a friendship that seemed unbreakable, symbolized by their unique, intricate handshake. They promised each other they'd always have each other's backs, no matter what. It was a simple, beautiful time, full of warmth and the easy confidence that only true friendship can bring. They were Abdu and Farah, a perfect duo, ready to take on the world together. But shadows have a way of creeping in, even on the sunniest of days. A new face appeared in the hallways, a girl with hair as dark as night and eyes that held an unnerving stillness. She moved quietly, observing, and soon whispers started to follow in her wake. It began subtly, a twisted comment here, a misleading story there. The mysterious girl would tell Abdu that Farah had belittled his latest art project behind his back. Then she would find Farah and plant a seed of doubt, suggesting Abdu had shared one of her secrets. The rumors were clever, just plausible enough to sting. Abdu would see Farah laughing with other friends, and the girl-less words would echo in his mind. Farah would notice Abdu being quiet and immediately assume the worst. The air between them grew heavy with unspoken questions. Their easy smiles were replaced by forced greetings. The comfortable silences they once shared became awkward and filled with tension. The foundation of their trust, once so solid, was beginning to crack, and neither of them knew why. The silence was the worst part. Where laughter once filled the space between them, now there was only a vast, lonely quiet. Abdu would walk down the hall and see Farah, and for a split second he'd almost call out to her, but then the doubt would return, cold and sharp. He remembered the girl's words. "She thinks your art is childish." He'd look at his drawings, a source of pride now tainted with insecurity. Was it true? Did his best friend, the person who always encouraged him, secretly mock his passion? The hurt was a physical ache in his chest. Meanwhile, Farah was fighting her own battle. She missed Abdu's steady presence, his quiet support. But the rumor that he'd betrayed her confidence played on a loop in her head. He told everyone he was scared of the dark. It was a silly, childish secret, but it was hers. The thought that he would use it against her felt like a betrayal of everything they had built. They were adrift, two islands of sadness, separated by a sea of misunderstanding. Their special handshake felt like a distant memory from another lifetime. The trust that had been their anchor was gone, leaving them lost and alone. One rainy afternoon, feeling particularly miserable, Abdu was cleaning out his locker when a folded note fell from one of his textbooks. It was from Farah, written weeks ago, before everything had fallen apart. It read, "Abdu, your latest drawing is amazing. You have to enter the school art contest. I know you can win." He stared at the note, his heart pounding. This didn't sound like someone who thought his art was childish. The words were so genuine, so Farah. At the same time, across the library, Farah was scrolling through old photos on her phone. She came across a picture of them at the school's overnight trip. She remembered being terrified during a power outage, and Abdu staying up with her, telling her stories until the lights came back on. He had been so kind, so protective. Would that same person really make fun of her fear? It didn't make sense. The pieces of the puzzle weren't fitting together. A new feeling started to emerge, stronger than the hurt suspicion. They had both heard these hurtful things, but never from each other. The common thread wasn't their own actions, but the quiet, watchful girl who was always nearby when the rumors started. The truth began to dawn on them, a slow, painful realization that they hadn't been betrayed by each other, but manipulated by someone else. The next day the air was thick with unspoken words. They found each other by the old oak tree where they used to study. For a moment they just stood there, the hurt and confusion of the past weeks hanging between them. Then Abdu took a deep breath. "Farah," he started, his voice a little shaky. "Did you really say you thought my art was childish?" Farah looked at him, her hazel eyes wide with surprise. "No, of course not. I thought you told everyone I was afraid of the dark." The moment the words were out, the tension shattered. They saw the truth in each other's eyes. They talked for hours, unraveling the web of lies that had been spun around them. Each confession, each denial, was a stone being lifted off their chests. There were apologies for doubting, for not talking sooner. It wasn't just about proving the rumors wrong. It was about acknowledging the pain they had caused each other by believing them. With every honest word, the distance between them closed. It was a difficult conversation, but a necessary one. They were learning a tough lesson. Trust isn't just about believing in someone. It's about having the courage to ask the hard questions and listen to the answers. They were rebuilding their friendship, not just back to what it was, but stronger, forged in the fire of misunderstanding and tempered with the wisdom of forgiveness. The sun felt warmer the next day. The hallways, once a source of anxiety, now felt like home again. Abdu and Farah walked side by side, the comfortable silence between them restored. The whispers of the mysterious girl had lost their power. They were just noise now, insignificant against the renewed strength of their bond. They had faced the storm and come out the other side, not unscathed, but wiser and more connected than ever. Standing in the courtyard, Abdul looked at Farah and smiled a real, genuine smile. "We let it get between us," he said softly. Farah nodded. "Never again. From now on, we talk first." It was a new promise, a more mature one. Their friendship wasn't just a given anymore. It was a choice they would actively make every day. Abdu held out his hand. Farah met it with her own. They moved through the familiar, intricate motions of their special handshake, but this chimi, it felt different. It was no longer just a symbol of their friendship. It was a testament to its resilience, a silent vow of unity, and a promise of unwavering trust, sealed and renewed. Thank you so much for watching. We hope this story reminds you of the importance of communication and trust in any friendship. Don't let misunderstandings create distance between you and the people you care about. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and Dan T, forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. We'll see you in the next one.